If you can hear a really... Come on, wire. If you can hear a very loud humming sound, that's the Xbox. Okay.
Let's blast through with Sonic speed.
Yeah, so for this, this will be the only Sonic Heroes stream. I'm only going to be doing Team Sonic and Super Sonic, which I have completed on the other file, just because completing Sonic Heroes is very repetitive, and I don't stream that, frankly.
Yo, Tails! Long time no see.
Sonic, check this out.
Guess what, Sonic Heroes? I finally developed the ultimate weapon. In 3 days, I'll conquer the world. Think you can stop me?
Sounds like an invitation to party.
What are we gonna do, Sonic?
No worries. We've got this one. Ha! Think I'd miss this? Time to crack that Eggman wide open. Yeah, let's party!
Makes it sound like he's gonna, like, kill him. Like, crack his skull open. Oh my god. It's kinda fucked up, Sonic. Oh. Hello. Give me a second. I'm gonna actually turn you up a bit, volume-wise. Keep speaking. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of loud in here because I'm playing this on an Xbox 360 and that thing has a loud as fuck fan.
Touch the checkpoint and restart from that spot when you lose a life.
Oh yeah. Didn't even think about that. I gotcha. There you go. Let me know if it has audio, because if it doesn't, I might just have to reset it quickly.
Each checkpoint increases the leader's level too.
Here we go! Yeah!
You can hear it? Or... Okay. Cool. But yeah, Sonic Heroes, this game. It's a game. It's Sonic. And they're heroes.
Yes! Here we go!
I played it as a kid, but not nearly as much as some of the other games, so my memories of it aren't quite as detailed, if that makes sense. Though I did play as a kid. Ooh.
Level up! Here we go!
I should note, by the way, despite the fact that I did criticize, like, Adventure 2 and stuff a fair bit, I should note, that was still my first Sonic game, and I played the shit out of it as a kid.
Let's leave it to Sonic.
Yeah. I didn't play it as much as I used to when I was, you know, a bit younger, but I still have a lot of fond memories of the game.
Press the X button during a jump while in speed formation to attack ground enemies with Blue Tornado. Blue Tornado attacks the enemies by
But yeah,
swirling them
so this will
around.
be a pretty short stream since it's just going to be Team Sonic and Super Sonic.
The ruins in this area move when you walk up.
Because I did recently play through this entire game like a week or two ago just to get Super Sonic unlocked for this specifically.
Let's leave this to Tails.
Yeah. So I have I have another file on here that has Super Sonic that I just haven't done yet. Yeah. So I have recently played the entire thing. I just didn't want to stream it just because, yeah, I feel like after a little bit, kind of run out of things to say with this game. Like, you get a bit more with Chaotix, but, like, that's pretty much it. Because after a little bit, it's just kind of... Since the main way the other characters are more difficult, Team Shadow, and in terms of case of Team Rose easier, it's just level length. Like, there are, like, enemies with more health in Team Dark, admittedly, but it's mostly just that the levels are longer.
Flying enemies to Tails. He'll bring
And like that, and the thing is about Sonic Heroes level design compared to, say, Adventure 2, is that it relies far more on repeated, like, level gimmicks and set pieces than the other games.
Yes!
Yeah. Sonic...
Yes!
Yeah. I mean, that's just simply just... I mean, and that's just simple, just level design, you know, theming being shared.
Giant race together.
And in like Sonic Adventure 1, characters did go through the same levels, but what they were doing was usually so different.
Okay.
So that's why but here, everyone's doing the same thing. And like, Chaotix has their missions that makes it a fair bit more different, but the process of doing those missions is still the same thing. Yeah. And you have to if you want to complete the game, because that's the only way to get Final Story in Supersonics and the final boss. It's like they expect you to do that. Which is so weird, because they make the other characters' main difference just difficulty, but they still want you to do all of them. It's weird.
Looks like we can use
Like
the
you,
advantage.
like with the other games, it made sense because they all played differently. Even if some were easier than others, they still played differently. So there's a reason why they'd want you to do all of them compared to here,
Level up.
where it's just, I don't know. I mean, just extending game length is why.
All right. All right.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And it's so weird. Oh my god, it's so much. It doesn't help that game's also just like bad. Like that doesn't help cases. Its case. But
Let Sonic take care of this.
the weirdest thing though is like you think this would be perfect. It's like, oh, it's like, you know, it plays a bit like the adventure games, but you know, you have different characters, but they all mostly play the same, and it plays like Sonic's levels. Like that sounds perfect, like what you'd want. But it just, it's not good, not as good as the adventure games in its level design. It just simply not. Also control.
Here we go. Go. Yeah.
Not bad. Got it.
I mean, it still sounds good. But that's Sonic. That's just, again, that's just Sonic.
Not bad.
Yes.
But like you notice it in certain levels specifically, like I want to say Hang Castle, despite liking the music and loving the aesthetic of that level, like you really notice how repetitive it can get in there. But it's like these levels aren't really designed like the adventure ones necessarily. It's more or less like if you took a normal adventure level and then like after where that level would end, you just like cut off sections of the level and copy and pasted it for a little bit. Also, the fact that enemies have health bars, meaning it takes longer to fight them instead of just, you know, just going bam, bam, bam through them.
Looks like Eggman's robots are here too.
That also kind of,
Ready to take them out.
it's just, yeah, it's just switch to Knuckles unless Tails is level 3. I missed all of the rainbow rings.
I'll take care of this stone door.
Look at all those Eggman's robots.
I'll take care of them.
Oh, this game is a 3D. This game is the most classic, like, of the 3D games, I still want to say to this day.
Stone pillars on both sides of the path are beginning to crumble.
Ow.
We better get moving.
We can go up if we use the current from that fan. Knuckles, let's get
Which is
ready
why
for
it's really,
triangle dive. Leave it to me. Let's go.
I mean, Shadow is just edge. It's not dark, it's just edge. It has multiple, like, pathways for story choices, but none of them, the story, and not only that, but the actual story that you get from the different pathways is incoherent. It's like you could, depending on what you do, you could potentially be going down one path, and then the next level, Shadow's like, I am an android, and you could possibly have never had anything like that previously. And like, yeah, you could argue, well, that's discussed in this game, and technically, but in Shadow's story, that part isn't brought up.
We can move all around while gliding.
Let's try getting items.
Basically, you can just imagine, like, Shadow's like, I'm gonna, you know, kill the president, and then the next level, I might be a robot, and you're like, huh? Okay, huh?
Got it.
Leave it to
That's ridiculous, but honestly, that's like I feel like that's like low level in all honesty, compared to some of the other shit that happens. It is. I mean, it is.
Not bad.
Also, Sonic's control in this game, and the speed of characters in general,
This turtle is swimming.
the acceleration is so whacked out. Oh my god! Like, you saw that just now. Because the thing is, in terms of, it's not helped by renderware, but in terms of the control, it actually is, if I remember correctly, the coding is technically almost the exact same as the adventure games. It's just that the acceleration is jacked up to high hell. And like, that's the main reason why they feel so slippery. Shadow's its own can of worms, admittedly, but it is different in Shadow. They made it more slippery, actually, but like, not acceleration slippery, but like, just actually slippery. Yeah. Honestly, almost to God. So, the other thing, in my opinion, I think the best paced levels are Team Rose's. Because they tend to be like 3 or 4 minutes at the max. You see everything the level really has to... That's the main thing, is that you still see everything the level has to offer in their playthrough. It just doesn't repeat. But again, it's so weird that they have that, but it's on the 3rd one on the list, but they still expect you to play all of them because the final start... It's fucking weird. I mean, this is the first game after they went third party. I don't know if I could say I love this game, but I don't dislike it or anything. Like, I'm fine. I mean, I'm playing it right now. I'm fine with it. Like I said, the only reason I'm only doing the one story is just it get a bit too repetitive to do all 4. Compared to Shadow, where I'm deliberately only doing the one story path because I want to be able to play that game as least as much as possible. And I'm doing the entirety of 06 because that game's funny. Is that doing every individual path? Oh god, no. Jesus Christ. At the very least, the game doesn't expect you to do that at any point. The game just expects you at the most to do each of the 10 endings, which is still asking too much, but... Even then, that's stretching it. Speaking of ideas that were bad, these special stages. Really? Oh, I'm about to win. I'm about to win.
Here we go.
Or I was about to win. By the way, you may not be able to tell it, but I am barely tapping the control stick whenever I move left or right. Because the thing is about this is that it's not like if you've ever played Sonic Generations on the 3DS, their special stages are actually exactly the same as this. But in those, Sonic is glued to the ground if he's boosting. So like if you're going left and right, here they are not. Like it is just like the normal levels if you were in a tube. Meaning there is a slight pull on the ground downward, but the controls mean that when you're going faster, slightly tilted, it makes them go really far left and right, and if you go too far, then it just doesn't control well. Easiest way to do it is with Team Rose.
Man, he's sure one stubborn scientist.
I'm not ready to give up just yet.
That's the spirit, Tails.
By the way, you don't have to spin dash, you have to rocket excel. Because, cheap. Damn it. can remember. Yep, that's what I meant to do. By the way, you can do that by jumping and then hitting the, in the terms of this game, the X button on the Xbox controller.
Got it. Initiate rotary attack.
Shit, rock, shit, rock, shit, rock, shit, rock.
Matter, Eggman? Got nothing left?
And that's the boss.
This isn't the end.
By the way, that was harder because of the character I have. If you're playing as, like, Team Rose or Team Chaotix, you just kind of bounce on the boss for a bit and then it dies. Now, I'm not going to use it quite yet, but there will be a point once I start using a certain trick that you can use to build up something called a Team Blast, which I haven't used yet. Oh, maybe people watching the chat haven't, you don't know. Yeah! Yeah. I have a little Discord overlay on my stream this time, so you can, you know, whenever someone's speaking, it pops up. But because of the Xbox, it constantly looks like I'm speaking. Because it's being able to pick it up on the mic.
This must be an automated energy plant.
So that's energy flowing through those red
What'd he say?
pipes. Yeah.
I think I have it far enough away that you can't really hear it, but it's like barely enough to set it off as me speaking. You know? Because for some reason with Discord, you have to have the sensitivity way higher than you think you need to for it to hear you.
Level up.
We're not going there, are we?
Yes, we are.
What's really fun about the homing attack is that whenever you jump as, you know, speed, the other character will like automatically home in on enemies if you have a high enough level. And it's really fun is that it'll do that on homing attack chains and they'll kill them before you get there. And then you fall. This game's really well programmed.
Let him get away with this.
I haven't been burnt out by that in Hang Castle before. No, never.
Level up. Leave it to me. Level up.
Yahoo!
Yeah, I know how to play. It's not like I'm playing this game without any knowledge of how to play the game thing. I know how to play this game.
More?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready anytime. Blast away.
But then in Shadow the Hedgehog, I don't want to think about this anymore.
Level up.
That's it.
Got it.
God, I'm so excited for Frontiers just because it's... I'm excited for Frontiers because it's going to have a story written by a person.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoa.
Got it.
It's needed. He actually gets what the characters... Why people like the characters.
Here we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yahoo! Out.
Out. Yeah, for sure.
Yahoo! Yahoo!
Yahoo!
Already?
Here we go.
You know I played this before because I know to immediately turn the other direction with Knuckles whenever I start punching. So I don't fly off the map. Okay, I wanted to do a, you know... Another fun thing is this game has that early 3D Sonic problem of, for some reason, we just need to have multiple things on one button. Yuji Naka!
Whoa. Leave it to me.
That's it.
Yay. Yay.
Yeah, on the one hand, it sucks that he took him off the project months in advance and didn't let him mess with it and they rushed out the door. On the other hand, it's kind of like... I don't know if time would have solved that game's issues.
Got it. Here we go.
Leave it to me. Yay.
Level up.
Yeah. The triggers did the same thing, too, by the way. The only buttons that were different were the bumpers, and that was for the little costume changes. Here, you're supposed to do this. Okay, usually we just get rid of the shield, and it died.
Yes.
Luckily, since Sonic is level 3 now, I can pretty easily
Level up.
just home and attack at enemies. Also, at level 3, these little poles that you're supposed to use that tornado move on, you can actually just home and attack them instead, once you're level 3. That works.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yahoo!
Got it.
Here we go.
Let's leave it to Sonic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Grinding. Use the
Whoa.
X button to
Okay.
accelerate, and the left thumbstick to balance.
Okay, so the thing is, this also was in Sonic Adventure 2, and it was kind of, honest to God, just as bad there. But rail switching is in these games. If you tilt left or right and jump, they were supposed to just switch to the rail that's next to them. Why did he turn around? It doesn't work very well. After this game, though, they actually take it out. Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic 06 both don't actually have any rail switching mechanics.
Blast away.
Yep. And it works the best in Sonic. Admittedly, the rail grinding itself is a little bit too simple, I think. I wish they could expand on that again. But actually, in exchange, it works.
Yeah.
That's the thing, it's like, it's a bit less interesting. But on the other hand, it works every time.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's just... It's just weird that they made it so, like, only context sensitive. And even then, you still have to unlock it up. You still have to unlock it.
Too easy.
Yeah, no, it does feel weirder than it does in Unleashed. Admittedly, because it's context sensitive and thus not used very often, you don't notice it that badly. That's probably why it's like that. In exchange, the game just has better level design, but...
What a wild ride.
Yeah. Go.
Eggman's robots are up to something with those machines. Let's worry about them later.
yeah. Admittedly, it's not like Generations level design doesn't have places to explore.
Yeah.
Leave it to
Let's
me.
leave the flying enemies to Tails. He'll bring them down using Thunder Shoot.
Chase.
Here we go.
Leave it to me. Chase.
Here we go.
Leave it to me.
Yeah.
Chase.
Here we go.
Level up.
So I'm interested in Frontiers.
Perfect for flying. Leave it to me. Chase.
Here we go.
Level up.
So, like, at least from the early ones you've seen, the cyberspace levels in Frontiers will be kind of traditional boost stuff, but then but that's only a small part of the game. The main one's gonna be the exploring the big. Again, they made a big deal. They're not open world; it's open zones,
Let's go up there.
and they do want to emphasize that. But it's more like a very large level,
Here we go. Go. Go.
and that is an important factor.
Level up. Let's go. Yo.
This is a weird part.
All right. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Oh. Well, I wish I remembered that's what the end of that path was. Oh, so with the Team Blast, there is a second bonus in addition to killing the enemies, that each team gets a different bonus. Team Sonic gets a light speed attack, which you actually use with the Thunder Shoot, which is Tails' attack. Basically, it'll just kill everything. Admittedly, it's not very noticeable if Tails is level 3, because it already kills everything anyway. It just really kills everything now. Team Dark freezes everything in time because it's using Chaos Control, which sounds really cool, except for whenever there's a door that needs to open after you kill the enemies, and if you use that, to kill the enemies, then you have to wait. Which, that's, honest to God, it's actually not that useful. Since you already kill all the enemies, and that's the main thing you'd maybe want the time to be stopped for, so it's kind of like, eh.
Yes.
Yeah, like, if there's not a part where you're frozen, then it can be good for saving time on a run, for the score at least, but that's kind of it. Team Rose, oh my god, Team Rose, you A, kills all the enemies, B, you get a shield, and C, every single person on the team gets a free level up. They get a lot. And then Team Chaotix gets a ring capsule for every enemy that gets killed, which means if there's enough enemies, because getting items will fill up the Team Blast meter, you will likely kill all the enemies, get rings, and then have another Team Blast immediately once it's done. I mean, okay, I say you get rings. Technically speaking, the bar, you actually have a period of time after the Team Blast where killing enemies will also get you rings. It's just that you'll mainly notice it, of course, when you use it the first time, since you're probably going to kill everything you would need to kill. It means that their bosses, because we're gonna see a boss not at this level, but the level after next, where the main boss is just waves of enemies, which is another thing this game has a problem with, is doing that a lot. And Team Chaotix are a joke, because you kill a wave of enemies with a Team Blast, and then the next one spawns in, and you have the next Team Blast ready. Ooh. Also, I got that one Chaos Emerald. I just wanted to show off the special stages. I already have on that other file all the special stages done from Team Rose, so they're not fun to do. Fuck doing that. Yeah, as well as the rest of the game. Man, Shadow the Hedgehog was bad. Well, they forgot to write a story for it. They wrote story ideas. They didn't write a story. Yeah. And then the final story is just kind of like, it's just, you ever see Clue, the movie? It's literally just, that could have happened. That's what could have happened. It cuts him as a robot. At the very least, you get Omega, and he's still pretty good. Omega's just, bro, you good? It's funny, this and Shadow will be the shortest just because of how I'm doing them, and immediately following those will be easily the longest 2 games in this marathon. Ow. And even then, it's not like it's not like Shadow Story is completely devoid of dog shit. It's still got some on the shoes.
It's right. Get to the top quick.
Let Sonic take care of this.
Yahoo! Those barriers
Tails?
look like
Tails!
that means Eggman's robots must be linked to the devices.
You saw that. I was switched to Tails and nothing was happening. Because that's an instant death little pit over there. Oh, I have to kill that enemy. Wee. This is also the end of the level, at least. Yay, we're here. Where is here? the other thing about this game. Fun, classic Sonic kind of design. You do just go from random place to random place for, like, no real reason.
Gotcha, my darling Sonic.
Amy, what are you doing here?
Also, this game barely has a plot.
There's no way you're marrying me.
Yeah. But again, it has Omega.
Give up. This time.
That's why their story is the best, because it's a good story. No, but it has Omega.
There's no time to play.
And this is how you do these fights.
Are you playing with that girl's heart again, Sonic? Hey, where's my team?
This is actually going slower than it should be. It's going slower than it should be, because Sonic keeps deciding to do the Lightspeed dash.
We lose. So be prepared.
There we go. That actually took a bit longer than it should have. But that's how you beat those fights. You just keep doing the tornado, because the AI doesn't know what to do.
Marriage? No way!
I didn't know he could say that. Well, now we know Sonic's opinion. I did not know he could say that. Yay, time for the level that looks really nice and is fucking annoying to play.
Sure is bright
We
here.
got some time.
You wanna play bingo?
24 hours left.
Okay, let's go.
Why are we here then?
This
Where is here?
the giant casino.
The buildings and roads are all part of a pinball table.
What roads? What buildings? The ones down below?
By the way, lower balls, moving to the left, thumbstick, right and left, slightly changes our
Shut up, child! By the way, you can kinda control yourself during this.
Hey, there they are.
Yeah, but the child lies.
robot.
I'll take care of them.
Look at all those Eggman's robots. So, another thing, only Team Sonic and... What is the point of that Lightspeed dash? Only Team Sonic and Dark can actually use the Lightspeed dash. If you get the key that lets you into the special stage in the first act, it's just simply a bonus stage for getting lives.
What a wild ride.
You know what? Okay, have you seen the puppet, like,
The wheels from spin.
not anime, but thing, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared on YouTube? Knuckles' voice in this reminds me of the red guy. Like, it's slightly deadpan. Like, what a wild ride. Like, that strong hint of, I don't really want to be here. This is a part of the contract. You know what, I know, because we know he's gonna be in Frontiers. I'm excited because I know for a fact that Ian Flynn's gonna acknowledge the Master Emerald and not pretend it doesn't exist. I mean, what's funny is the IDW comics, since they take place directly after Forces, they actually not acknowledge that and say that that's the reason Knuckles, like, leaves everything to Amy is because he has to go back to Angel Island.
Eggman's robot.
Leave them to me, Sonic.
And even then, it wasn't really the game forcing that, it was more like Ian Flynn doing his best to add a plot to it. Yeah. Also, if you want a darker, more serious Sonic story that takes itself seriously but is good, read the IDW comics, the Metals Virus Saga.
Let's go.
Because holy shit, that gets dark. But never too dark.
Here we go.
Oh, I forgot the cardinal sin. Never change characters on pinball. For some reason on pinball, unlike every other part of the game where if you switch characters, it's just you're in the same exact spot. You know, you don't go to where they're standing. Pinball, no. You go to where they are. And I have, by accident, like, switched a little bit too fast and resulted in going back to a pinball table. Yeah, that's how I feel, Knuckles. Oh no! Knuckles! Okay, you know what? I don't. You know what? I don't have to deal with this. I'm just gonna... So, I haven't been showing it with the cannons. It depends on who you, what character you are when you get in. If you're power, you control where they get fired. If you're flight, you get fired at a higher angle. If you're speed, you get fired at a slightly farther angle. Lower, I should say. Hey. Oh, come on. Minus 200! I hear a pinball slot machine and it won't end. Make it stop. Why is it spinning? Oh. Tails made it. Thank you, Tails. Good job. Like, that is one thing I will say. This game, even more than adventure games, which are this in themselves, this game's kind of janky. Oh, come on! Which port? Yeah. Well, that's not really a port. That's technically the original version, because that's what was developed first. The worst is going to be the PS2 port, just because they had to get, like, blackmailed into making that version. Fun fact. Yeah, no, Sony straight up said, because they weren't going to release it on it there originally. Sony straight up told Sega, like, if you don't release this big, holiday game on our console, we won't let you publish anything on the PS2. And they knew they had the leverage because Sega had just exited the console business. And that's why the version on PS2 is so bad, is because they had to just kind of get it trying to run on it. So also why they had to use renderware. So Sonic Heroes is a worse game because of the PS2. I am still in this level. Oh my god. That's your own fault for that you keep playing it. I gotta get all the Emeralds. Never play Sonic Mania then if you're already too accustomed to playing that, because that's how you get all the bonuses in that game. At least it's not the fucking tube. Sonic Mania, it's not the fucking tube. Yeah, I know they are.
No problem.
I mean, it's not like Blue Sphere isn't fun or anything. It's still a fun little bonus thing. Well, that's because of your own trauma. That's not Blue Sphere's fault. I mean, I'll be real with you. I never found it hard to get all the Emeralds and Super Emeralds in 3. I compared to this, compared to the, like, I can easily get Supersonic by Hydro City Stone in 3. And then, I don't remember where I usually get Hypersonic once I get to Sonic and Knuckles. I can't remember that, actually. Bingo! I did it for Tails, since you get Super Tails.
Got it.
Oh, that's right. They didn't let you connect it in that for some reason.
Leave them to me, Sonic.
The main version I've played is actually on the DS, the Classic Collection.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, I remember I got mine from a Sam's Club, believe it or not. I don't know why I remember that, but I did. It's like Costco.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Here we go. Level up.
Yeah. I need to get a physical copy of 3 and Knuckles, because that is my favorite classic game.
About to begin. Bingo.
Yeah, no, it's my favorite. Bingo! Oh, ho, ho, ho. But yeah. I do own a box copy of. It's funny that I only own 2 Sega Genesis games. I own more Sega CD games than Genesis games. Yeah, I just thought about that. Why? I'm weird. But no, the only 2 Sega Genesis games I own, which are both fully boxed, are Sonic 2 and Streets of Rage 2, which I paid like $100 for. But that's a like full, like really good condition in the box with the manual and everything. And I really like Streets of Rage 2, so that's why I bought it.
Leave it to me.
Here we go.
Oh no, and the soundtrack, oh my god.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sideways from here on.
Yeah, I bet it looks so good too. And oh yeah, I did actually play. I'd be down. Yeah, I'd be down. I fucking love Streets of Rage. I mean, you know, it's actually playable. Oops, I made the cardinal mistake of trying to change characters in a game where you change characters. But no, I mean, Streets of Rage 2 at least is on the Nintendo Online app for Sega Genesis games.
Here we go.
This is all Knuckles.
Got it.
Really? Ah, dang.
Look at all those Eggman.
I don't blame it. I'm with friends in a family plan, so I only paid like $7 for a year for the full size stuff. So, like, I'm not paying at all full price for that thing. That's why I'm okay with it. Yeah, I miss Virtual Console. At the very least, for the price I'm paying, again, and that's only in my specific circumstance, it is a lot of bang for your buck. And I will admit, a Netflix for gaming is still a very good idea that needs to be done better than... Like, Game Pass is great.
Bingo.
But also because it has actual new releases, not just old games that you used to be able to buy. Yeah, well, nah, not in... No. No, I mean for anything. NES games were $5. Super Nintendo games were like 7 or 8. They still cost more than they probably should have.
All right.
Oh! Okay.
Let's go.
I pulled the switch.
Here we go.
Now what?
Leave it to me.
Now that.
Let's go.
I don't think that's how dice works.
Okay. Okay.
I guess it is.
It's a ball.
This must be where Eggman keeps all his money.
What?
In that case, guess we can help ourselves.
I've never been in there. I've never been in there.
Ready anytime.
Also, I love having a I don't feel like playing the game right now button.
Here we go.
Level up.
Eat the rich.
Here we go.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Remember, it's not your money he's stealing, it's the government's.
Leave it to me.
Here we go.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Flight formation is also known as this game expects me to use this control for a really sensitive jumping section. I'm not dealing with it right now. Or rails. Because which is going to be the level after this, I'm actually pretty sure of. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Oh. Hey, this control is really sensitive! How about we make it so there's bottomless pits? When you try to play a Sonic game. Like there, it's useful. Fuck it anywhere else, though. Oh my god, Tails, go down! I just want to go home. I just wanted to... okay. This is fine. This isn't fine at all. A bingo! Bingo big or go... Go die. Go die. No! I said I want it. Go, Tails, go. This is fun. Oh, I'm flight.
All right, aerial bingo. Let's go.
Oh, wow, I can actually use this flight. This was a mistake.
Bingo.
All right.
That's the main reason you want to get that. Isn't even for the bingo, it's just because that lands you in the goal. Because it can take a while to deal with bingo to get in there. That was a 7-minute run, and I got an A.
Knuckles, we did it.
I had barely leveled up the characters, and that still got me an A. They expect you to take that long. That's the main thing. Same thing with, like, the Werehog portions of Sonic Unleashed. Like, you take, 20 minutes on, like, man, I took too long. S, excuse me.
Eggman. Why not have some fun while you can? After all, you only have
Generations, it's pathetically easy to get that. I mean, I've done a run where I took like 6 minutes on Green Hill, and the time was still enough to get me the S rank, regardless of my rings.
Come on, Eggman. Wanna play?
Be careful, Sonic.
I'll take care of him myself.
got it. Take this.
Well, the thing is with S rank in Generations is you have to do it without dying. Because the thing is, the max of the bar is A, and then you get a perfect bonus, which is one more level up for your rank. Yeah, no.
Yes. Ready anytime?
It depends on where you died in the adventure games. But either way, yeah, no, it's pathetically easy to get S ranks in that game.
That's it. Level up.
Leave it to me.
Got it.
Dang, dang. Leave it to me. Dang.
I mean, I replay them all the time because I just find them fun.
Smash them all. Got it. Already?
Blast away.
By the way, as you can see there with the trick I'm doing is if you are flight formation and you hit the attack and switch at the same time, Tails does this weird thing where he attacks his inner demons and it builds up the Team Blast meter. And these aren't fun. These are just enemy mook rushes, and I do not feel bad for doing this.
Blast away.
Because otherwise, it's just me hitting them a bunch because I'm not leveled up at all.
Leave it to me.
Level up.
Level up.
Ow. Like, now it's not as bad because I'm level 2 at least.
Smash them all. So easily, Eggman.
They're everywhere.
Level up.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're doing with Frontiers.
Got it.
So with Knuckles, if you mash the attack button while not touch the control stick, he just does this. It's not really that useful, but you can do it. Well, actually, it is useful for big enemies that have too much health that are on small platforms, so you don't, you know, fly off trying to just use the combat the game's making you use.
Smash them all!
Listen to all those sounds. It doesn't help I'm playing this on a 360. Yay! This is the light speed attack. Oh, the light speed attack ran out. Why does he say shit?
Level up.
Too cool.
No, it's definitely shit. Definitely saying shit. And that is why we like fully leveled up Tails, and he's not even fully leveled up yet.
Too cool.
Shut up, Knuckles. Oh god.
Blast away.
But we'll have time to talk about the other games once we get to them still.
I'm just warming up.
Leave it to me.
Such as the fact that the most exciting part about
Leave it to me.
fucking Forces is going to be us making an OC. Exactly. Should we go for an actual character or a nightmare? That's what I'm trying to decide on.
Too cool.
That's a good idea.
For the easy one!
Yeah. The thing is about the OCs, there's actually not that much customization until you get the outfit parts. I'm also, because that game is not great, I'm just gonna give it the best chance it has and actively switch Wispons. Just to give it a chance. You know? Oh god, no. It doesn't even have the weird Seinfeld song anymore.
Tails, how much time's left?
We've got until sunset.
Tails, Knuckles, give it all you got. Full speed ahead.
Okay.
Got it.
It sounds like it would play in a Seinfeld episode.
Use the X
That's how I could, if you ever look at just look up Blue Wisp theme and you'll see exactly what I mean. By the way, I see people all the time in the special stages and this too, like they mash the grind button like that. That's not how you build up speed in this still. It's just like Adventure 2 where you just hold it to lean in. And Shadow the Hedgehog, yeah, no, you actually mash it to go faster. For some reason. And then in Sonic 06 you can do it and it just doesn't do anything. At all. That game's bad. Yeah. But that's also why the gyms are the greatest thing in the game. That's why Sonic's still the most fun to play in that game. Because you can just break it. And also because the other characters are, like, Silver is just really slow in general, and Shadow isn't as slow. I mean, they're all kind of slow in that game, but Shadow's abilities, however, make him, like, stop dead in his tracks. As opposed to Sonic, where he can just say, I'm gonna make time slow down. Because I feel like it. Because then the game might be good. Ow. What was I supposed to do? You saw that, right? That section you're supposed to be avoiding the trains as they come both forward and behind. You know, use the signs and stuff. They were on all of them. See, look, it went. Oh, I need to go left. Yeah, I got hit by a train from behind while going left. What? Huh? Huh? You're lucky you're not playing it because you feel sad right now. But no, like here, okay, that first death was... So it said go left. I went left. I tried.
Look out!
But again, I'm not Aaron Hansen. I know how to play this game.
Leave it to me.
I thought I changed to Sonic. I notice how whenever I do these light speed trails on near a bottom of the pit, I slow down and like walk up to it.
Yeah.
The game decides no.
Let's leave this to Tails.
Level up.
All right. Here we go. Ready anytime.
Again and again.
All right.
Thanks, Knuckles, for helping out with the points there. You're welcome.
That's an armored train.
You want a race?
I also love people say Sonic Boom and how it portrayed Knuckles as an idiot. It's like, they ruined the character. Now everything shows him as an idiot. And I think it's like, no, it was really just Sonic Boom that did that. It didn't really do that in the game still. Like, that didn't really affect anything else. Yeah, but that's not in terms of, ooh, funny, stupid character. That's dumb enough. We don't know how to write any more character. Like, he's not supposed to be incompetent. He's just terribly written, like everyone else.
Looks like those creeps are guarding that case.
Yeah, everyone is like that in that game, though.
Level up.
Yeah. But in terms of, like, him being, like, the big dumb oaf kind of character, like, people say, you know, everything did that after Sonic Boom. Like, no, they didn't. It's really just Sonic Boom. Like, all the other cases of him being dumb in the games and stuff was just him being, like, naive and easy to trick by Eggman, and that's kind of it.
Leave it to me. Let's go. Whee! Whee!
Got it.
There they are.
Eggman's robots.
Leave them to me, Sonic. Okay.
Yeah. And even then, it's not like the games that came after Sonic Boom, it's not even like anyone really did anything.
Look out!
Okay, it keeps saying left and right. I'm getting mixed messages here.
Level up.
I like how it's like you can get extra rings or you get a checkpoint. Yes, I'm going to take the checkpoint over rings.
The rail.
They're pulling out all the tricks.
All the tricks. All the tricks.
The rail.
They're pulling out all the tricks. Got it. Shit.
Looks like something may happen if
Yes, I know, game.
the ball.
Don't patronize me. Sonic, why did you turn away? What? Okay. I thought about putting me all the way up. But no, also in the special stages, I see people play this and they mash the X button to boost, when no, it's like the later boost games, you just hold the button down.
Yes.
You just fly off. Imagine. Yeah. Oh, yeah,
That's about
Dreamcast. Why? Well, I mean, I also played this when I was younger, mostly on the GameCube, and I hate to say it, most of the issues I've been having with like the rail switching or stuff like that, that's just the game. That's not this version, unfortunately. Now, if you see any slowdown and stuff, I can confirm that is just because I'm playing it on an Xbox 360. But any like bugs and stuff like that, that is not the version. Unfortunately, that is just Sonic Heroes.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Got it. Shiver. Take this.
Here we go.
Whoa. Tunnel?
I wonder how long this thing is.
If we stay ahead of the train, we'll be okay.
Got it.
We found it. Now,
Yeah.
Tails, destroy that engine core.
Got it.
For better and for worse.
Here we go. Take this.
Got it. Take this.
Here we go.
Oh no, I mean that's my childhood.
Got it. Take this.
Admittedly, I was made fun of as a child, so that's why it's easy for me to make fun of this. Anyway. Someone has to. Fucking wrote it.
Here we go.
Ah, okay. This is fine. See, everything's fine.
Level up.
Take this. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just that in Sonic Unleashed and Generations and Colors, whenever there's a homing attack chain, I just do it. And this game, and sometimes in adventure games, especially this game, I do that while holding my breath the entire time in suspense. Just waiting for something to go wrong.
Watch out.
Why am I not doing this as Tails? Why am I not doing this as Tails?
Leave it to me.
Like, the game expects you, probably thinks like a skilled player will, you know, use the Lightspeed Dash. And they won't. Because if you do, you'll fly off the map.
Let's go.
Here we go.
This must be the
Look at all these enemies, I don't care.
mechanism we saw before.
Hey, let's try firing that thing.
Hey, come on now. Don't do it, Sonic.
Knuckles, you're a little late. Maybe Knuckles was dumb.
Level up.
Yes.
Level up.
Yes.
And as far as the Master Emerald thing goes, the main issue has mostly just been the fact that they ignore it.
Yes. Yes.
Like starting from this game, actually.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I mean, I get why. They want Knuckles to do more things, but at the same time, they, latched his character onto that.
My heart stopped.
But, like, you still have to write some reason why he's not there. You know, you can't just ignore that part. If I can say he hired Big, he's on the island.
Whoa.
We're not going there, are we?
Exactly. Oh wait, no shit. He's also doing stuff in this game. He can't. He's preoccupied. Mighty the Armadillo.
Jump to the car ahead as we destroy 'em.
Dude, that's my new headcanon. That's where Mighty and Ray the Squirrel were this entire time. They've just been doing that for Knuckles while he's out doing things. Well, I mean, Shadow's not in those spots, to be fair.
Now, Knuckles.
For as far as they're concerned, it's just Eggman's robot things, you know, destroy. Nothing new for them. You know, it's like if you told them exactly what Eggman's plan was. It's kind of like, yeah, he's evil, we know. You know, kind of been over this. Oh. Oh no, I lost Sonic. Now we're just heroes. It's kind of latching onto the rails, but it's also kind of not.
Level up.
Sonic, you're not here. Shut up.
Here we go.
Ooh, okay, I want that. Thank you.
Let's go. Let's go.
Sega does. Also Sonic Rush. By the way, this is what Tails does if you attack while he's alone. Technically, Sonic 06 didn't invent it.
Here we go.
That must be Eggman's base straight ahead of us.
But they do ignore the Rush games.
Here we go.
Blaze is from an alternate dimension future.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I just choose to not think about it because if I think about it too hard, my brain starts to hurt. Also, that was a C rank, and I did much better in that level than the past one. I got over 200 rings! But, like, the level design in this game also doesn't have the same flow that Adventure 1 or 2 have.
That thing's loaded with Eggman's weapons.
Like, unlike those games or the Boost games, I don't think, like, oh, I want to replay X level after I beat it immediately, just, you know, just to play it again or anything like that. I don't.
Ready.
But it's like there, like the rails, but unlike, say, Final Chase, or Final Rush, I should say, where, like, you have a lot of different rails to go on and stuff, and paths to take, it's kind of just one path. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. See? It's fine. It should be noted if you do stuff like that, by the way, that,
I'll destroy them all.
once you finish the attack, they will immediately appear on solid ground. Sonic Hero, Sonic Hero. I don't know what else they expect you to attack this by the way. It's like, how else would you hit this thing?
Retreat.
I'm on the rail. Why am I on the rail? Where am I? Why is the camera doing this to me?
Does it?
Ooh. See, everything's fine. Just hit the thing, Sonic! That was weird. That looked weird.
You'll pay for this.
Once again, that's not this version. That's just Sonic Heroes. What's funny is that the Xbox version straight up supports 720p out of the box.
Eggman, you
Yeah.
know you can't win.
Like, it even says it on the back of the box and everything. So it looks very nice.
Once again, you fools have been tricked.
It's a bait.
From these canyons, watch as I conquer the world with my air fleet. And this time, you can't stop me.
Drat, the trap to stall for time. Sonic.
It's not an Eggman robot. Sonic.
God, Sonic Tails' voice in this game is awful.
All life form data successfully copied.
Man, I wish I had more Sonic CD stuff in this game than they do. Considering Metal Sonic's the main villain. Also, I like how there's that big egg fleet and everything, and then now we're here. Good music.
What a wild ride.
I don't like the game design-wise. It's the worst classic game, but my god, that soundtrack. Yeah, but in my opinion, the Japanese one is the better one. Just oh, the soundtrack of that game is marvelous. I mean, I own it's enough to where I own it on the I own a physical copy of that game. I mean, case I got it with my Sega CD when I found it at a retro shop. Yep, full manual and everything. Oh, yeah, I bought that the other, actually a couple months ago for the first time. I won't play that version just because the PS1 Final Fantasy games, I need the speed up button. Like, I'm sorry, they are so slow. Especially Final Fantasy IX, my god. That game is great, but it takes like a minute to start a battle.
There's a frog over there.
I know, I love that game, but, like, replaying it, the battle... I mean, it's simply put, the battle scenes in that game, whenever it's a random encounter, legit take, like, a minute before you can hit any buttons. It's just a limitation of the console, just because they have to load things. Sonic? 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 Okay. Well, it's not only load times, but it's just battle animation stuff. It's very impressive for the hardware, but there's a reason why in, like, say, Final Fantasy X, the animations aren't quite as long.
It's really steep here. Be careful.
Because they wanted to show off the 3D animations, and then, like, come that game where 3D animation isn't quite as impressive anymore, they kind of learned, like, okay, they don't have to be this long. They can be a bit shorter. Look at all those Eggman's robots. But yeah, no, the Sega CD, it's a Model 2, but it's in the box. Even had the spacer for an original Genesis and everything. Mm-hmm. Which I use because I have a Model 1 Genesis, the one with the really good sound chip. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the other Sega CD games I have are just random bits and bobs that I could find. Some plane racing game, I forgot the name of it. I have Dracula. Bram Stoker's. Yep. Yep. The one that's like a weird platformer on the Sega CD. And I also have Double Switch.
That flower again.
Should we use it to fly again? What a sight!
We have jungle mushrooms on my island too, but not this huge.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
We're not going there, are we?
Yes, we are!
Yeah, it's weird. The other thing is that they were good bases, but in my personal opinion, of the classic like 1 through 6 games that are on the PS1, those are probably the worst versions to play. Again, mostly because, like, specifically 1 through 6. Not counting 3 since it's not on the PS1, but just simply put, is that those exact versions got re-released later on different consoles without the issues of those, such as translation issues, as well as just, again, loading times. Yeah. But like Final Fantasy IV, you don't want to play that version on PS1, if you can help it.
Try grinding on it.
I have physical copies of 2 and 3, as in 4 and 6. Found them at a retro shop, and it cost me like $130 for both games. But I was kind of like, I'm not gonna find this again. So I had to pick them up. So I also have a SNES Classic. I was actually going to play through 6 because I haven't played through 6 before. But now that I have an original copy, I'm like, I'm gonna play this one.
Sonic, Knuckles,
Final Fantasy IV, though, you don't want to play the original SNES version of because we got the weird, easier Western version at first. I think the best version is still the PSP version because it's still all 2D art, but you get the updated soundtrack or the original as a choice, and the sprite art is just gorgeous.
You sure it's safe around here?
Similar to the PSP versions of Final Fantasies 1 and 2.
Eggman's robots.
You also get the entirety of the After Years, unfortunately. Exactly. That's why I say unfortunately.
Level up.
And that's why that little move of Knuckles is actually useful, because I can do that.
Let's go. Here we go.
I hit his ankle really hard.
Look, there's a frog over there.
Get out the bat. No, not that. No, not that bat.
Maybe today.
Here we go.
I think we made this joke already before.
Maybe to me. Let's go.
We may have. We're not very original, to be fair.
Yeah. Go.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a rail? I thought I would just either go through it or just, like, walk on it a bit. I didn't think that counted as a rail.
Hey, there's that black frog again.
Ow.
Let's head up there.
Let's go. Let's go. Oh, shit. Let's go.
Here we go.
We're not going there, are we?
Yes, we
Oh,
are.
yeah, I forgot about that. Most of us, I don't want to remember that.
Go.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
What's your opinion on Sonic Advance 3?
Here we go.
Really?
Level up! It's really steep here. Be careful.
Yes.
I'll take care of them.
That's right. Well, okay, so my opinion on them, Sonic 3 is not great. Sonic Advance 1, I mean Sonic Advance 3, I should say. Sonic Advance 1 has probably the best level design of the trilogy, but Sonic Advance 2 has a banger soundtrack.
There's that black frog again.
Yep. Sonic Rush being the game that led to... Where the fuck are you, Tails? Okay, there you are. Led to a soundtrack by Hideki Naganuma, which... delicious.
Yeah.
Leave it to me. Level up.
Yeah.
Got it.
Here we go.
Look it all.
Yes, Tails, I see them.
Blast away.
How did they let that line through? Like, did not one of them go, wait a minute, that might sound really dumb.
Piece of cake.
Like, not one of them noticed. Oh god, Sonic touched water. God, I remember now, like, starting from, I'd say, Adventure 2, though mostly just because there wasn't any levels where Sonic really interacted with water at all, Sonic was, like, water phobic completely. Like, he would die if he mostly touched water.
Yes.
Like, the fact there were parts in Sonic 06 where he could straight up, like, slightly touch water and Sonic would just die. Yeah.
There's that flower again.
Should we use it to fly again?
It wasn't until Sonic Colors that Sonic, like, got over his fear of water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hop up. Well, he's really fast. I mean, I will say, I think the best water sections in the series are from Sonic Colors, and it's because when you're using the Drill Wisp, it turns into Knights. And you're just playing Knights at that point. I mean, we had the Wii game. It's a game! You can play it.
Leave it to me.
And not only that, it's not like Knights was ever about the plot.
Let's go.
Like, I only consider something a reboot if there was, like, an important plot involved in the first place. It's almost entirely the same. It's not like they changed the design or anything. It's like, it's only a reboot as much as it doesn't really acknowledge the first game, but again, it's not like it had much of a plot. Yeah. Again, you could argue about that with, like, a lot of games.
Leave it to me. Level up.
Yeah. I ran out of rail! I'm okay. That's what I meant to do. Sonic.
There's that black frog again.
They're trying to take us down to the swamp. Hurry!
Whether you like it or not. This is still going. Why is it still going? Make it stop.
One heck of a battle.
Yes!
Level over. World over.
That was tight!
I don't like how Sonic said that. I don't know why, but I don't like it. God damn it. Also, I'm not playing the Wii version of Unleashed. Well, you know what? If we finish this marathon and we have, like, a significant amount of time left, maybe.
Talk about being stubborn and full of surprises.
Really? You know what? How about we say that? If we happen to get to the end of this marathon, we beat Forces, and there's still, like, a week or two before... If we somehow finish that way before Frontiers comes out, we can use it. We can just do other streams of weird things like multiplayer stuff or, you know, Unleashed.
Well,
If we did do Unleashed, I would be skipping the cutscenes because it's the same story. Oh yeah, the Sonic 3D Sonic Marathon, Part 17, Streets of Rage.
That looked like my twin.
I'm the middle here.
not the best way to greet those you haven't seen in a while.
By the way, they all just died. Did you see them all fly off at once because they were in with Omega? That took me 16 seconds.
Hey guys, chill out.
Seriously, you just walk up to them, tornado, and that's just it. That was also the last team battle in Sonic's story. Yay, they're dead.
Sonic, you sure this is the right way?
This is some great dialogue.
Eggman, head this way. This has
Ow, my ears.
But it's
What?
spooky here.
Maybe that's the ghost.
What the? Oh my god, what's happening?
Stop it,
What? Oh, okay, it's gone. Oh no, it's back.
You surprised me.
It's the ghost.
Here we go, go.
Not bad.
What?
It's gone again.
What's going on?
Yeah, I want to know too.
All right.
This case is locked, but I bet there's a switch to unlock it.
Make it go away.
We're turning
Let me out of this crazy place. I went off Yuji Naka's wild ride.
Level up! Whoa! Here we go! Level up! There's that switch again.
Again, like, this is a cool idea for a level. Like, you keep going into it upside down, but you don't really explore anything. It's still just kind of a straight line. So it's not like you have to think of the level like, oh, okay, but what about this area upside down? You just kind of go in a straight line. And I know this is bad because I've seen plenty of people play this game not realize that that's what's going on. Like, they think it just teleports them to a different part of the level. Because you never get a feel for the area, so it's... Yeah, and the signs. But even then, it's still kind of hard to
Let
notice.
Sonic take care of this.
Alright!
Leave it to me. Let's go.
I'm fine. Why'd I jump?
Let's go.
Okay, I think that's important to note with flight characters in this game, is that you only actually lose meter when you move. So if I stay still, it just stays up.
Look, the door's opened.
Yeah, I noticed. Why is the sound back?
Blast away!
Maybe I'll kill the sound.
Got it.
Knuckles, we're counting on you.
What is that sound?
Here we go!
It sounds like something moving.
Level up.
Is it the giant axe thing? It might be. Shaw.
I'm falling.
Shaw. Shaw. So they're Shaw.
Going on.
Accompanied by Terria. It is. Why are they so loud?
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Well, it sounds like Godzilla dragging his butt through Tokyo.
Let's go.
Like a dog.
Let's go.
Yes! Here we go!
Bad. Why are you being so bad? Stop being bad. Man, I love how you're supposed to use Sonic's, tornado thing, but I don't want to because that would break the pace of the level that's already having its pace broken.
Leave it to me.
Look at this maze look at this really interesting maze.
Let's go. Whee!
Ah!
Got it.
Sonic? Wah!
Here we go!
Oh, that's right.
Let's go. Let's go.
No. Just want to grab the thing.
There they are!
Eggman's robot.
Leave them to me, Sonic.
How about we don't? Yes, the thing is, that's all you have to do to get past that.
Entrance to the tower.
Got it.
Alright. It is.
Go! Take this!
Got it. Take this. Take this.
Here we go!
Got it.
Here we go! Take this! Take this!
Yeah, it is. By the way, what I just did is called Team Chaotix. Wait, do I have to kill all the enemies for this?
Got it.
Here we go!
Well, there you go.
Ah, we're turning upside down again.
We're back to normal now!
Got it. Take this.
Here we go!
To me.
Okay, now it's... Oh, this is a weird part.
Alright!
Just smack it. Just
Eggman
stop.
got some
Stop.
serious problems. Look at that statue.
Sonic, look!
I don't know why. It's just really fun hearing Sonic go, man, Eggman's got issues. It's like, dang. I mean, yeah. It's like, yeah, but like, damn, Sonic, why are you fucking... Jesus Christ. I...
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes.
Oh, I got a ring. Where'd I get a ring?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so janky looking seeing the other characters just fly on back.
Here we go.
End of the level, by the way.
Got it.
Let's go!
Sonic, you fucking... Be a team player. By the way, we are technically falling.
Got it.
Let's go!
Yes.
We made it. Let's see what level I got. I mean, rank. B.
Too easy.
So, are you gonna play Frontiers? Okay, cool. Especially with the changes you know are gonna be in it now.
What a castle.
I wonder what's next.
But, so what are you gonna be playing it on?
With all these goats.
I would advise PC. Well, what kind of rig do you have?
Here we go. There they are.
Eggman's robot!
Leave them to me, Sonic.
Level up!
I
Here we go.
I don't know why, but something about the way you said it, it's just like what's in your PC? Well, I have a monitor.
There's more?
Okay, fair enough. But the thing is, the Switch version is going to be running at 720p 30. I'm going to play it on the PS5, I think, so I can get 60 FPS. And even then, it's only 60 FPS at 1080p.
We go down there!
I am Knuckles. What? Huh?
Here we go.
Why don't we go now?
Yeah, I know I died the first time doing that, but I know I don't need to use the stupid pole.
Here we go.
But yeah, if you're... I mean, you might... I mean, I probably still check the system requirements on the Steam page. Just to make sure. Because unlike the other ones, this is going to be an actual full-price game, so... In comparison.
Use the brakes and jump. X button to brake and A button to jump.
I have never used the brake on this. I killed Sonic.
We're about to crash.
What? Okay.
Here we go.
I don't like this level, by the way.
Level up.
There's a lot of do or die sections. And the game is not great at the do part.
There's that switch again.
Let's go! Okay.
But yeah, no, so... Yeah, so I'm gonna be getting the PS5 version. I probably could run it on my PC, but I have a PS5, may as well use it. Worked real hard to get that by hitting the buy button on Best Buy. Lot of effort. Lot of effort.
Hey, You surprised me.
And also make it easier to stream it
Leave it to me.
Got it.
in comparison. I made a door open. That one. The music for this level is really good, though.
Leave it to me. Let's go. Whee! Yay!
We don't know what this.
This is also the second to last zone.
Got it. Shit, rah, shit, rah, shit, rah, shit, rah, shit.
Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because after this is the last zone of the game. Look, a ring. And a ghost. Wait, what is that? I don't know if I can do any of that.
Blast away.
I love how it makes the enemy sighted sound every time during that. Just.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Here we go. Yeah.
Got it. Rah. All right. Shit, rah. All right. All right. Level up.
Leave it to me.
Here we go.
Leave it to me.
I mean, if you got to wait a bit for money wise, that makes
Hang
sense.
on.
Yeah, that way, also on the off chance it ends up being complete dog shit, you don't get it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. You're a Sonic fan. I know the type. We all do. We're Sonic fans.
Let's go.
Best record.
Here we go. Yes.
Oh boy, another car.
Let's catch it.
Why not? Why do we need to use this? I can grind at the rails perfectly fine, Tails.
Jump.
But it's fun though to look at Knuckles. Look at him go.
Jump now.
Ow. Bye. Bye. Yeah. Bye, Sonic.
Level up.
We should take care of the enemies first.
Here we go.
No shit, Tails.
Yeah.
Hey, we
Yay.
need to do triangle jump since it's so narrow here.
Leave it to me. All set.
Here we go.
Leave it to me. Let's go. Let's go. Whee!
Wee!
Go. Go.
Here we go.
Try going down there.
Oh, I remember this now. Ow.
All right.
What is this place?
Deep breaths. Really deep breaths.
Let's go.
Let's leave it to Sonic.
Final level. Or final level. Final part of the level. Ooh.
Got it.
Next one.
Knuckles, we're counting on you.
And then you landed and you mashed the button and you mashed the button! What's funny is it's the white button for an Xbox controller, because he had the black and white buttons, you know? On 360 pad, it's actually the right bumper, just like the Z button would be on the GameCube version.
Here we go.
So it ends up controlling exactly the same. Ain't that just
Best left
something?
to Tails.
Let's go.
How about we don't go?
Go.
Yes.
Whee! Let's go. Let's go.
Again, you only lose flight if you go forward. It's just, Tails can go Wii as much as he wants. Ooh. Remember, you can still fall here.
No problem. Piece of cake.
I like the ending of the level. Look at that JPEG in the background.
Guess that's about it.
Knuckles, oh, that's it. Go home.
Trying to stop us now? What a joke.
What did you say? Now I
That animation looked really funny. Just
Payback time, Eggman. You got
Well, to be fair, it is Metal Sonic. I feel like anything. Sonic could literally just sneeze and you get mad about it. You think you can sneeze better than me?
smash them all.
Got it. Already?
Leave it to me.
Yep.
blast away. Here we go.
Yeah. He does have a bit of an ego still, but again, that's more of because he's supposed to still be similar to Sonic. As opposed to Metal Sonic, who's supposed to be a copy.
Level up. Here we go.
Too cool.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I should say. I don't think it's a really big part of his character. It's a small part.
When we destroy the robots, use the item inside to get Eggman.
Blast away.
Yeah, exactly.
Level up.
Too cool.
He definitely has a lot of confidence is a part of his character, though. I'd say.
Level up.
Yeah. I mean, admittedly, though, I feel like if I had a game like Sonic Shadow the Hedgehog, I wouldn't be nearly as fucking confident. But no, you're fucking Play Shadow.
It looks like there's a bunch of them. Come and get some.
I just realized they released a game called Shadow the Hedgehog, and they followed it up by the game called Sonic the Hedgehog. Are they attacking me, or are they just,
Ready anytime.
like, thinking about attacking me?
Yeah.
Got it.
Leave it to me.
Leave it to me. Wow, 5 rings, huh? It's so useful.
Blast away.
Hey, level ups. Oh, cool. Thanks, game. Luckily, I was able to get the attack out before the bar ran out.
Level up. Got it.
That was great.
Debatable. Why did I get hit? Go, Knuckles, go!
Already? Not bad.
Yes. Blast away.
I hate this because every time you switch to a different platform and you see another, like, cannon or whatever, you're like, oh, it's not done yet.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Too cool.
Too cool. Shut up, Knuckles.
Let's go.
What's the matter? Got nothing left?
Keep 'em coming.
I still think my favorite moment of the comic is Sonic hearing about like an evil villain, like the villain's probably dead, and his reaction is just big oof. Like he'll save you a villain, you know, if he can help it. But at the same time, like I mean, like if Eggman's like, oh hey, Eggman just died, he blew up, his reaction would still be just like, dang, that's like dang, sucks to suck. Yeah, that's his like he'll help you, but like it's not like he'll feel bad if you die. I wouldn't say sociopathic as much as he'll try to help a villain, but like if they die to their own, you know, evil plans and stuff, his reaction's more or less like, well, should have thought more about that. You know, it's like the villain who died in the comics like tried to kill his friends and stuff, and he, you know, still would have helped him. But in the end, hearing that his own plans led to his death, his reaction is just kind of like, well, okay.
What? That's it?
Oh no. Anyway. Yeah. No, I mean, his whole character is that he's very easygoing. I mean, it's in his theme song. In Sonic Adventure's case. Again, that doesn't mean he won't beat the shit out of a villain. He will. He just, it's like, he's a character, it's like, I don't kill because I don't like doing that. That's it.
All right, Eggman. Let's get this.
I don't kill because I don't wanna.
Wow, we're flying way high.
Better not fall.
Come on, this is nothing. Let's keep moving.
Well, he also knows people and like what that can do to people. I think it's more or less it.
Get away from
Again, like that's why his reaction to a villain dying to his own plans is like, okay,
Look at all those Eggman
fucking
robots.
stupid idiot.
Go, go.
I saw people get mad about him saying big oof, and I was like, that's fucking funny. Shut up. Grow up. Yeah. It's like, that's out of character. No, it's not. If Shadow said that, it'd still be funny, but... Yeah, no, that's what we... Okay, if Tails said it, that's where I'd be like, that sounds kind of out of character for Tails. Like, I don't feel like Tails would do that. Sonic, though, yeah, no, he wouldn't give a shit.
Where'd they get so many?
They really went over.
Like, you know, you ever see The Mummy with Brendan Fraser?
Be careful.
And, like, at the very end, he tries to save Benny, you know, the little squirmy guy. And he gets locked behind the room at the very end because of his greed. And he tries to save him. He gets locked behind the door and he realizes that, so he's just like, bye, Benny. You know, he's like, he tried. He doesn't really feel bad about it. You know, he's not going to lose sleep over that. Like, that's what I see Sonic as, that kind of thing, where it's like, you know, he'll try to save you, but if he fails, he won't cry about it. Well, if you're evil. If you're, like, a good person, he'll feel bad about it. That's the other thing. It's like, if he heard about, like, a good person dying, yeah, he'd feel sad about that, like what Shadow say.
Yes.
It's specifically with just a straight-up villain, where he's like, eh.
Moving up and down.
He defaults dances on the comic villain.
Yes. Let's go up.
I went up, Knuckles! Look what happened!
No.
Shadow survived, he'll be fine.
Watch out!
Sonic can breathe in space. You see, yeah, so can Shadow.
Those look more challenging.
Got it. Ship.
Shadow reveals he has gills. What do you mean? Are you about to... Do you think that if you cut off one of Shadow's spines, he can regrow it back because of that?
Yes. 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 They're firing at us. Dodge the bullets by moving up and down. Here it comes. Move down.
And then they hired him.
Ready anytime. Let's go up.
Wait, what was the bad ending of Sonic 06?
Time to
Oh, okay.
giant battleship.
It's like, oh my god, wait, were there Pats in Sonic 06 I forgot about? I have fucking Shadow the Hedgehog.
Watch out those cannons.
No.
Let's go. Let's go.
I mean,
Let's go.
I don't know. I've seen him get his ass kicked before.
Let's go.
Here we go. Take this. Yeah. Got it. Here we go.
I
Got it.
yeah, I mean that applies to Sonic too, to be fair. I think that you know what the issue is with in terms of him being the ultimate light form is that it's kind of a storytelling sin of it's a lot of telling, not exactly showing, but they kind of show it. But the thing is like, oh, he can use chaos control. That's his big thing with it. But then Sonic also does it. So you're like, wait, And it's like, oh, maybe it's because Sonic has, you know, he's chosen one thing because of the murals and stuff. Maybe it's that. But then Silver also does it. And it's like, oh.
Sonic, let's charge it.
Like, most of the, in terms of, you know, you're talking about him being invincible stuff, it's mostly them saying he is, you know, because he doesn't really do anything that different from Sonic necessarily.
Here we go. One down.
All right.
Yeah. Well, Sonic does that at the end of Sonic 2.
This is all nothing.
He still falls through the atmosphere.
Leave it to me.
It's not about the impact. He should have been burnt to a crisp.
Looks like that case is being protected by the robots.
Blast away.
But yeah, that's my thing with Shadow, I feel like, is that you always, you know, it's not like he's not powerful or shown to not be powerful, but he kind of mostly just does things. They mostly just say he is what I mean when I say, you know, tell don't instead of showing. Because most of what he does to show off his power is, again, stuff other characters also do. But it's like, starting from Sonic 06, Chaos Control is just kind of a thing you do with an emerald.
All right.
Like, if anything, it becomes less of a secret technique and more or less just a password to use the emerald. It's voice activated. But again, I think it's just a failure of the writing. Okay, I hit the Lightspeed dash button, but you know what happened? I did the other thing because it's on one button. Okay, there we go. All right. I don't know why I did that. All right. Ow. I feel like I'm at the end of the level. You know, I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like this level has somewhat less memorable music. It just kind of sounds like normal Sonic rock, if that makes sense.
Watch out, everyone.
Just kind of turns into white noise. So, topics, you see Chainsaw Man? He's good.
Go up.
First episode was good. Ow. Do I have to take it? No, I don't. Okay. I'm not gonna. I have to take it. Man, I wish this game had a spin dash.
Yes. Ready anytime.
Specifically an Adventure spin dash. If I had to pick, I'd pick Adventure 1. Well, because Adventure 2 spin dash is still kind of more or less the same. It's just that you have to like hold it longer.
Coming in for a race.
Because they also had to account for the somersault, because they put everything on one button. Compared to Adventure 1, where you tap the button and you immediately spin dash. And you can get, and so as a result, like, if you, this is the thing is in Adventure 2, if there's like an incline that you immediately will start falling off once you land, you can't do the spin dash jump. Adventure 1, if you can stand on that incline for like even just a split second, that's enough. That's why it's so fun.
Let's go. Whee! Let's go. Let's go. Whee! Whee! Let's go. Whee!
Hey look at this level design. Remember this from earlier?
Let's go.
Here we go. Take this.
like, these levels, like, this level is what a lot of Team Dark is in terms of, I've already been here before. You know what? It has Sonic Lost World 3DS issues.
Let Sonic take care of this.
Yeah, but it's like, this part right here, I've already done. I mean, this is the end of the level, at least. Not as bad as Sonic Lost World 3DS, but that's because Sonic Lost World 3DS is Sonic Lost World 3DS. Never played that game, by the way. It's bad.
Too easy.
I died multiple times, and I got a B. Final level.
This must be
Oh my god, a map painting!
How does this thing stay up?
That fiend.
Doesn't matter. Let's take it down.
This level is one really long hallway.
Yeah.
I'll take care of them.
Let's go.
How about we don't take care of them?
Let's go. Yay.
Yes.
Ha! I still got a game.
Here we go.
Ow. Okay, where's the thing I have to...
Got it. Take this.
No, I want you to hit that thing, thank you.
Leave it to me. Level up. Let's go. All right.
Yeah. Well, again,
Here we go.
I don't know, just... Boop, 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 boop.
Ready anytime.
Well, I'm not ready anytime. In fact, I'm rarely ever ready. Emotionally.
Let's go. Let's go.
Leave it to me, ooh. Leave it to me, ooh.
Let's go. Yay.
Here we go.
Okay, guys, rocket itself, rocket itself, rocket itself. There we go. Man, I'd love to fight that guy on this tiny little platform where Knuckles might fly away if I decide to attack.
Level up.
I like how it does. The pole clearly isn't coming out of a spot. It's just the model stretching. I mean, it works. Don't touch the stick. You will fly off.
Hop on that pole and do the tornado jump.
This is the final level. Don't tell me how to do my job, Knuckles. Stay in your fucking lane. That's not gaslighting. I'm telling him the truth.
Now.
Gaslighting would be if I had said, like, I'm the punching one, Knuckles. You've never punched. That'd be gaslighting.
Let's go.
I'll take care of them.
No, you won't.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Again, the trick to enjoying this game is just to pretend the enemies aren't there. If you can help it.
Okay. Those look more challenging.
Can I... Come on. Come on! Get rid of the dead weight tails.
Let's go.
But I don't want to kill the Gundam. I don't want to kill the Gundam. Get in the Sonic, Shinji.
Let's go.
Get on the dash pad, Shinji.
Got it. Level up. Here we go. Never thought it would actually self-destruct. It's blown to pieces.
Wonder why it's self-destructed.
Because you hit the button! Yeah, I know that. I can tell that's what it was supposed to be, but it's just really funny that he goes, I wonder why it did that.
What was that bright light? Giant laser cannons?
And remember, if for any mistranslation stuff, that's because Sega did it themselves in Japan. Hire actual localizers. Yeah, but they're funny. Well, it's funny. Capcom is well known for having really bad localizations, and then you have Ace Attorney, which is one of the most revered ones, and it's weird.
Leave it to me. Dave. Level up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just in terms of, like, writing, localization-wise.
All right.
I mean, there's a reason why for the anime, they didn't keep, for the English dub and the subtitles, they didn't keep the Japanese names, and they still use the, Western names. And again, people say, well, it changes so much. Yeah, it changes a lot, so you still get the same intended effect as the original Japanese script, which was full of puns. Those don't translate directly into English.
This is all Knuckles.
And would you really want to play a game that doesn't have a witness called Mr. Sawit?
Leave it to me. Here we go.
Or the fact that there was a victim in the first Investigations game, or the second one, I forget which one, whose name was Dead... No, it was the first game, because it's an official translation. His name was Dead Man.
Level up.
Honestly, the original fan translation for Daigakuten Saiban, the one that takes place in the 1900s, it was a very good fan translation, but I didn't like it as much compared to the official one that we eventually got. It was very dry. Because it wasn't like a straight localization, because they did actually, you know, they still made it work better and flow better in English, but for one, all the names, they stayed in the original names from Japanese. Which, for specific, the Sherlock Holmes characters, you know, that works fine, because they were Sherlock Holmes characters, and the Japanese characters, because they were actually from Japan, which was kept in the English version for the most part. But for all the other characters in London that had punny names, they just kept the same, so they just weren't puns anymore in English. Like... but they were still English names because they were like... They were still like English, supposed to be, you know, because it's in London, English names, but they just sound like Japanese puns. Which is really weird now that I think about it. Well, like, one character's name was, who's like a William Shakespeare, like, play nut. His name is William Pitcheny in Japanese, which is like some pun or something. But again, doesn't make sense in English. In English, his name is William Shakespeare. Fucking perfect. Or the fact that in the second game, there's a witness who's a reporter. And, he was actually a Japanese character in the original, too, but they did change his name to an English pun still. And it became, Raita Mini Memo. And also, it's like, yeah, they're really dumb puns. I love them. I love them to death. They are important to me. I hold them close and dear to my heart.
There they are.
Eggman's robot.
Leave them to me, Sonic.
The fact that Sherlock Holmes became Herlock Sholmes is amazing. I mean, that was just like licensing issues, but so I love that name. It is. Unfortunately, the Holmes estate in London thinks otherwise. It's because of very specific stories that got released in America later than other countries that they think they have it. They don't, but they have the money to make court cases out of it. That Capcom doesn't have.
That was one heck of a battle.
So it's literally just not worth dealing. That's why it actually took years for it to come out in the West. But yeah, no, but playing the official English localization, since I'd already played the entirety of the first game's fan translation. But whenever the full game came out in English, like last year, I think it was, or yeah, last year, I replayed the entirety of the first game still, and the official localization had so much more life to it.
A hero's welcome.
1, 2, 3, 4 laser cannons. We better watch out.
Even with
That is more than 4.
still not enough to stop
Wait, no, it is 4. Okay, never mind. That was a 9-minute level. I had to spend the time talking about Ace Attorney. And now you see why I'm only doing one character story, or one team.
perfect.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say that was perfect. Yeah, I'll let the credits play. Oh, I can play battle stages in 2-player mode. Oh boy. One more boss. And remember, there's that one cutscene in the final story that takes long enough to make a sandwich.
This looks like checkmate, Doctor.
Enough of this.
I thought we were playing checkers.
Time to meet your maker. I'll show you what real evil is.
What has he even done that's evil, technically?
Hey guys, don't hold anything back. No worries. Level up.
Is what? Interesting. Was that intended by the English version, or was that just a really weird coincidence? Oh, I know, but so in other words, it's just a weird coincidence, is what you mean. I thought, I mean, it's fitting. It's fitting. I also thought for a second you were saying, yeah, the word robot wasn't invented until Sonic the Hedgehog came out in 1991. Well, they're not serious when they say that. They're just being stupid. Don't you know speed wasn't invented until Sonic the Hedgehog came out? Oh my god, they made a real animal out of Sonic the Hedgehog. Wait, hedgehogs? I don't like this boss. It's like, you can't get too far from him, but like, you also have to awkwardly wait for him to go a little bit farther before you hit the jump pads, or else you'll fly into him.
Level up. Leave it to me. Yay.
Okay. Take this. Take this. Take this.
We're the stars of this party.
3 of us are unbeatable.
Let's see what you got. Blast away.
This is just the strategy for this, is just keep whacking it.
Victory.
Give up, Eggman.
Time to pay.
Man, I won't go down that easy.
Die. Just aim at the thing.
Defeated? Impossible!
I won't go down that easily, guys. By the way, when I was playing this as Chaotix, I beat him 3 times, and I died in the cutscene of him exploding. Because I would be hitting him as a Vector, and it would be close enough that I would get hit, stay in the model, but I couldn't move, so I would just die.
Finished, Eggman.
Yeah, it was really annoying. I got an A rank. Fuck that guy. Your game data is being saved. Please do not turn off the Xbox. Sonic Heroes! We stopped him from doing whatever he was gonna do.
If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have had a chance. Well, maybe you're right. Thanks, Knuckles. You too, Tails.
The game starting from here, actually no, starting from Adventure 1. The animations had that really bad, they look like mascot characters effect. As in like Disneyland mascot. No, not that they don't have life, but there are moments where they look like someone in a costume trying to move around.
Yo, Tails!
Specifically actually from 2, because that's when they started using mocap. I'd say once it got to Unleashed, so the animation overall got smoothed out. 06's animation was,
Sonic Heroes. I finally developed the ultimate weapon. In 3 days, I'll conquer the world.
yeah, that too. I mean, the movement is still kind of awkward, pretty stilted in that too.
Sounds like an invitation to party.
Like, the facial animation definitely doesn't help, but there are points where the characters, like, just kind of wave their arms around awkwardly, and it looks like someone in a costume who can't fully move their body.
Gotcha. Like, sorry, Sonic.
Amy, what are you doing here?
Sonic.
Yep.
No way out of burying me. They?
Grab the skull for time. Sonic!
It's not an Eggman robot. Sonic!
All life form data successfully copied.
Talk about being stubborn and full of surprises.
Long time no see, boys. Too bad you had to come all this way for nothing. We'll take it from here.
Didn't you know? We have a date with Eggman, too.
So, well, it'll be a day to die.
Hey, that's my line.
Why do they fight? Like, genuinely, what in the world was that conversation? It is so contrived. We just watched this cutscene like 30 seconds ago. Man, remember back when that happened? Good times. Sonic, that just happened. Remember when Sonic's eyeball irises weirdly bounced around his skull like he was playing Pong? It was a week ago. Huh? I might actually do Shadow the Hedgehog tomorrow as well, since again that'll be quick. What's your schedule for tomorrow in that case? Okay, cool. I'll probably just message you then when I'm gonna start it. Don't know the exact time. It's probably gonna be called when I wake up, which could be any time of the day. Maybe even at midnight, which would be called a coma at that point. But anyway, I love the giant blank space and then a little bit more. You thought it was over. What was it? The fucking John Mulaney sketch? What's New, Pussycat? It's over. No, it's not. Okay, on to Supersonic. Okay, presented by Sega. I might have to restart the game. Okay, no. There we go. By the way, Vector's a crocodile.
Who locked you up here for trying to conquer the world?
I'm gonna kick you from the call now. Gotta say, I think this is the weakest final story of the adventure games that have final stories. That's mostly just because there isn't much of a plot to begin with, I think, so it doesn't really have a lot of impact. As well as the fact that every story doesn't really shed light on the overall story in different parts. They're all just kind of the same story of you run through levels and fight Eggman a couple times. Yeah. And that one had him fucking die. Sonic the Hedgehog is fucking dead. Also, this is gonna take a while. There is implications beforehand, and it makes me uncomfortable every time. Yeah, and there's a reason why that character was scrapped. I love how they have the CG models, and then the egg pawns are clearly the in-game models.
Sonic has combined your data with the power of chaos and is super strong. We can't defeat it.
I like how people talk about how Eggman wasn't very, threatening in these games, and or in the recent games, and it's like, I guess, but Eggman also was never the main villain in any of the games you say he was threatening in.
But how? Even with the Emerald's power, the chances for victory are slim. It would take a
Yeah. Like, that's actually the exception, I'd say, and one.
I'm going with you too.
But, like, in those games he was still threatening. In this game, I mean, he just straight up isn't doing much of the villainy, so that's fair enough. But, like, 06 or Shadow? Well, again, Shadow, he's not the main villain. In 06's case, he is mostly the main villain. He's just not threatening. For different reasons. Also, he scares me. But from, like, an existential level. God, I can't wait for us to get to 06 after Shadow. That'll be fun. Yeah. I like Jim Carrey. It's a very different Eggman, but it's a fun Eggman. It's a good Eggman because it's an Eggman that likes being evil. I haven't played this boss in years. I have to remember what to do. Okay, that's it. Oh. Oh, why did you do that? Oh, no. You hear him in the background? Ow! Still not powerful enough. No! Stop doing that!
We're done. You guys ready?
It's too late.
Yeah, it's only 11 o'clock.
Transformation isn't quite complete yet.
Incomplete. Freak.
Holy shit, Charmy.
I'll take the lead.
Useless now that I've copied all your data.
I don't know why, but that sounded really offensive. Right? Like, right? Like, Jesus Christ. Yep. How was your day? Okay, well, I mean, in all seriousness, I don't really have that many options because, I mean, I can... Does that do more than 1 damage? Okay, you can just aim the incorrect... Ow. What? This is the boss fight of all boss fights, you know?
Incomplete. Free?
Now's the time to strike!
Yep.
You're all useless now that I've copied all your data.
I forgot Metal Sonic had a voice in this. And I forgot it sounded like that. Yep. Oh, that's right. You have to hit it at the, whenever his color changes or whatever. Or maybe not. Or is that like saying you can't attack? I had a jump! Oh, this is gonna be one of those fights, isn't it?
Transformation isn't quite complete yet.
Incomplete. Free?
Now's the time to strike!
I'll take
It sounds worse every time. Holy shit! What are they What are they teaching him? Alrighty then. That was...
Isn't quite complete yet.
Incomplete.
I thought if I got hit, that would happen. Not if I just existed. Also, why aren't there any level ups for Vector? Like, it's just Charmy and Espio. And I am not about to jump out as Espio to attack that. I'm just going to fall and die. I mean, always try. Okay, maybe I can work. Get it? No. Uh-oh. Huh. That happened. This is a boss fight. Hurry up and get to Team Dark so I can hit you in the crotch. We all know that's where it's gonna go. Vector! Vector! Is there a... Okay, you know, maybe... Weak spot.
Y formation won't work when it's yellow, and power formation won't work when it's red.
I know. Wait, can I... Okay, I guess this is faster. It just feels weird that one of the ones I'm expected to be using is Vector, the character who doesn't get a level up. But they give level ups to Espio. That's why I got confused. You know? Like, you'd think it, if you're not supposed to be using a speed character, you'd think they wouldn't give the speed, because those are specifically placed ones too. Like here, I know I'm gonna be using...
And that's supposed to make you tough?
Ow.
Acquisition. Sites locked on. Metal Sonic.
The ultimate life form can't stop me.
Annihilation. Fire. Ready. Chaos control.
This will actually be pretty useful.
I'll take it from here.
No. Oh, wait a minute.
Level up!
There we go.
Level up!
I'll take it from here. Out of control.
Oh my, this, okay, that's actually just annoying. It's not even hard to deal with. It's just like you break them out and it goes, okay, again.
Sonic.
Like, were there maybe level ups for flight in the chaotic section? Or for power that I just wasn't seeing? Oh, no ranking for that. Or maybe the time will continue to this. I get why they didn't, but I'm kind of shocked they didn't do a Sonic CD remix song for this. Yeah. Hey, remember how Knuckles and Tails had super forms? Now they have super bubbles. They came back for Sonic Mania, and I'm hoping they bring them back to mainline game at some point. I have forgotten how this fight works.
I think you can
Into
block
what?
for his crystal attack using your speed. Sonic, you can do it!
I was created for the soul burn.
His voice sounds funny. I thought you just, I don't know, were bored one day. I mean, it's a kick-ass final boss theme still, but...
Can you hear me, Sonic?
Yeah, no, it's great.
Their attacks are useless now. Attack it using Team Blast.
Oh, that's right, that's what we're doing. Can I still do the trick? I can still do the trick! I think this boss fight's about to get a bit easier. What are you doing? You're cheating!
You actually
Oh, there he
thought
goes.
you could defeat me by transforming
Oh, I thought that was a giant chainsaw for some reason. Oh my god. The crossover of the century.
Leave it to me. Leave it to me. Leave it to me. Leave it to me.
Here we go.
Oh no.
Leave it to me.
Here we go.
This fight's kind of a clusterfuck.
Leave it to me. Leave it to me.
All right. Man, he's tough. It's not over yet.
I mean, I don't know his health bar, so that's a good question. His voice is so plain. He died! He died as he was saying that. Oh my god. I got 10 rings!
Yeah, we did it.
That was pretty tough.
No, it wasn't.
But it's all over. For you.
B. A. E. A. 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 I'm Sonic in here. Sonic 06 is walking here.
It's no use. But why can't I defeat you?
I forgot that was his voice in this.
We're Sonic Heroes.
I
Anytime
don't know.
you want a rematch, just let me know.
Like this, like Sonic not like destroying him or anything and just leaving him alone now. Does he beat him? Like that's Sonic. You know?
Sonic sure has his hands full.
Like if he just exploded after that, he'd be just like, well, I'm going home.
She never gives up, does she? Oh, no, you don't. Wait! Yes!
I'm going through Wendy's. Anyone want anything?
But what about our buddy?
Man, I almost forgot. That's Slime Ball!
If this was in character, Omega should be crushing him right now in his hands.
All right. Our next adventure awaits us, so there's no time to waste. Yeah, we're Sonic Heroes.
And then Shadow the Hedgehog happens. Am I gonna be watching the first cutscene for Sonic Story a third time today? No. This is just really awkward because they're not playing the full scenes to fit them all in the credits. They're just playing parts of them. Wahahaha. It sucks that the original voice actor for Eggman passed away all those years ago. Yeah, it's because he passed away. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, okay. I mean, for the 4Kids voice cast, but starting from Shadow, the next game, that's when we'll have the 4Kids voice acting. And we'll have that for, in terms of mainline stuff and not spin-offs, for 3 games. Yeah. Which, you know, it's funny, now that I think about it, Roger Craig Smith, so far, has been the longest Sonic voice actor. I think that might be why people like, or like have better memories of the 4Kids voice cast, because quality of certain scripts aside, all the games they were in were more or less the same tone. Compared to Roger Craig Smith, the stuff he's been in for Sonic has been wildly different. In comparison. Yeah. Which again, I'm excited for Frontiers because it's being written by someone who knows how to write. How to write Sonic characters? No, just in general. Also, this... Technically, he's the Overlord now. As far as the script goes. Well, as... Oh my god. Well, again, as far as the script, but technically the plot is still... The plot of the game itself is still technically by Sega. Why did he steal... Why did Metal Sonic steal Froggy and the Chow again? I felt like being a dick. Shedding giggles? He just found them like, hey, why not? Oh yeah, that's right. Then again, I also have to wonder, so like, do they beat Metal Sonic in these different boss fights, and then does he like go back and set everything up for the next team coming by?
Excuse me, miss. I was wondering if I could ask you something.
If it's about a date, it'll have to wait.
Jay! You think that's a...
Hello, Mish.
Guess he was a fake after all.
What do you mean?
Yeah, admittedly, that voice, that reading was weird. The music's gone, by the way.
Then who was it? Who locked you up here for trying to conquer the world?
On the other hand, I prefer how it's more deep and gravelly like a detective. Yeah, I know, that's why I like it. Yeah, compared to starting from Shadow where he sounds funny.
Sonic has finally transformed.
Find the computer room. Oh, Shadow, don't kill yourself yet.
Metal Sonic.
I remember that scene. I didn't forget. And again, we have to emphasize best. Not the good one, the best. Relative. It's all relative. Because Why did they cut that off? That's not the Xbox or anything. That's not the Xbox, by the way, because it's not like the music was playing at a sped up speed. That's just the game. Get all A rank. No. No, 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 no. No, I am not doing that. Good day. You lose. Oh, that actually plays this. I thought it'd give me like a level select. Then again, I guess it's just one fight. Yeah, honest to God, again, good song. Out of the three, as Sega calls it, the Dreamcast era games, since it's technically a part of that, which, I mean, it does fit. I gotta say, I think this had the weakest, well, I mean, in terms of games, it's definitely the weakest of the three, but, also the weakest final boss. But again, I think it's because the story was more pronounced in the adventure game, so it just had, you know, there was more of an impact compared to here, where... Yeah. But again, that's also how Sega shoots themselves in the foot, is they keep trying to... And like, they've been doing this since the adventure games, is that they're trying to spread the appeal of the single game way too far. Like, they're not doing anything precise, which is, again, big thing with Frontiers is developers have straight up said they're not focused on trying to please every fan base, core bit of fan base in for the franchise. They just made a game they thought was good. Like, the director and devs have gone on to say that with like Forces or whatever, where they kept trying to stick classic and modern stuff in Frontiers is just, we just made a game we thought was good. And to do that, they had to make a good game. By the way, look at these level times for Team Rose. Like, you know, I complete them in about 2 to 3 minutes at the most. Now let's look at Team Dark. I accidentally hit left. That was confusing. Okay, let's see. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute. The boss fights are the same. 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 9 minutes. 6 minutes, 8 minutes. 5, 6, 8 minutes. Almost 9 minutes. Almost 10 minutes on Final Fortress. God. And then you can see how different it is with Team Chaotix. It depends on the mission. Because, like, notice the difference in time between these two. And that's because this one was to kill all enemies mission. And I missed one enemy. And then Casino Park wasn't that hard because I was just getting 100 rings. Or 300 rings. Rail Canyon was, I think one of either Bolt Station or Rail Canyon was actually just to get to the end level. Then and Bullet Station was destroying the pods. Frog Forest, again, Frog Forest on a struggle. Neither of them were that hard, because Frog Forest was just avoiding the frogs, and that's just as simple as just going invisible. So again, quick level. And Lost Jungle was, I think, finding items, but it wasn't hard to find them. Oh my god! 14 minutes! 14 minutes was a C rank! What was that? What was that mission? Oh, that's right. It was looking for keys. Wait, no, it wasn't looking for keys. It was blowing out torches. Where's that Hang Castle? That may have been Hang Castle. I don't like either of those levels. But yeah, okay, that's it for Sonic Heroes. Next time is Shadow the Hedgehog, which I probably will do tomorrow. Oh god. Oh, you mean Oh, that'd be fun. Again, I'm gonna be flipping a 3-sided coin. That'll be a weird and wacky story. Shadow the Hedgehog 3-face. Imagine that, just Shadow's like, I don't have any memories, and I don't have any, like, bearing on any of these from a moral standpoint, so I'm just kind of, like, picking them at random. Yeah. Or become a Batman superhero. It all depends on the coin. Also, we get... Yeah. If we get the level where it's you and Sonic chasing something for the hero mission, and we get like the neutral or I think it's only hero or dark paths for that level. If we get the dark path if we get to that level and then get a dark path coin flip, I'm letting it get away and waiting for it so Sonic says "damn" because it's funny. Because it's like hearing Mickey Mouse say "damn." Sonic Heroes. Sonic, and then Shadow the Hedgehog. I mean, to be fair, Shadow the Hedgehog's only curse word is damn. And that's why it makes it so much more funny, because it's like, they're like, we're dark and edgy. Yeah, we're dark and edgy for E10+. Also just because seeing Sonic the Hedgehog character swear is really fucking funny. Yeah, but that... Yeah, true. But does he say, where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald? I'm looking at the back of the instruction booklet for Sonic Heroes. Coming soon, the Sonic Hero Prima Official Strategy Guide. Strategy guide for what? Go forward. Don't fall. How to for snagging every single ring. If you were a kid with so much free time that you learned to get every ring in a Sonic Heroes level, God help you. Yeah, you're long gone. I'm sorry. Well, that was fun. I'm gonna end it off here, I think. Yes. I thought you were gonna say a disco remix of I Am. I might. I might. Are you getting the link? Oh my god. Yes. Wait, you found it where? It's on stream. I think that's what we're gonna end it off on. That's what I need to stream off on. Good night. Oh, stay funky.